Hello, and welcome to another update video about Doge. Yeah, Dogecoin, one of the probably most requested charts right now, given the volatile movements, very overextended now, but probably not at the end of the rally. I mean, overextended doesn't mean bearish, it's actually rather the opposite. I mean, these third waves, especially if we don't get immediate rejection, right, that can be quite bullish in the crypto sector. And as I said, over the last few days, weeks, months, for the last year or so, 2 years, we should in this bull market, and that's why we share the long-term charts, we should get in the bull market into this area between $1.32 to $2.11. Can always extend higher, but that is sort of a, let's say, a rather realistic target range. Again, higher always possible, but let's first see if we can get there and what the structure looks like when we get there. If we arrive there and the price let's say hasn't exhausted the wave pattern, and we can still see another opportunity for higher prices, well, we can adjust the targets, right? They are at the moment only like milestone targets. The next milestone, let's see if we can get there in a more optimistic environment above $2, I'd say, is definitely realistic. For now, the price is at 40 cents, so can still go higher. We have a clear support area to watch, but it's still very much overextended. So, you don't get the best reward to risk ratio here anymore. That was the case down here. There are some cryptocurrencies, some coins, which have not yet broken out to that degree, which are not yet overextended. So there are still opportunities out there. Today in our membership, I shared another 2 setups of coins that are currently moving in to support areas. You can check that out by joining with the link in the description. It's the gold membership you would have to choose for those additional updates. There are coins that don't seem very interesting at the moment, okay? But, people will request them when they started to move, and that's obviously usually too late. That's a shame, it really is, because I can make videos about coins with good setups, and then people don't watch them, but they'd rather watch the coins that have already broken out. And that's typically not the way to go, but it is, well, it's what people do. So anyway, that's what we're tracking here on the Doge chart. So the idea is that we have moved from the support region in August. It's been a nice base. It's been accumulation from a sentiment point of view. We've moved up in this, and we're rallying in this C wave, right? So the idea is that after wave 2 bottomed in June 23, we're now obviously in that third wave, and then the third wave has to be an ABC structure. So we completed waves A and B, and we're now in this C wave. And in a minute, I will talk to you about the microstructure as well, which I think some of you are interested in. So we zoom in and take a look at the detailed wave structure in that current wave 4 correction that we're tracking there. So that's just something to be very much aware of if you're interested in the shorter time frame for Doge. Yeah. So I just want to give you first an idea of where we could be going and what the next levels are, because when we look at the microstructure, we can just not see what the bigger picture is like. Okay. So we talked about cycle targets. The next upside levels to watch are between 59.6 cents and 84 cents. These are the next upside targets for the C wave, because this blue Fibonacci extension zone it represents the standard Fibonacci extensions in a C wave. And the way to measure it is we take the length of the A wave and we go to the low of the B wave, and that gives us standard targets for that C wave. And the C wave should be a 5-wave move, and best I can tell, at least 2 more 4-5 patterns should happen, yeah, in this structure. At least 2 more. So I'd like to see that immediate 4-5 here and another 4-5. And I said to you in yesterday's video, I mean, maybe I should squeeze another 1-2 setup in there, but that would cause me to create a really tight support area that's really close to the current price. I prefer to give it a little bit more space. The upside is there anyway, the upside potential. So it doesn't harm to have a little bit more space in the support area that could account for, or that could, let's say, account for the volatility that we can expect in the market anyway, right? So that's the long-term chart. Again, there are other coins that are not that much overextended, so pay attention to other charts as well, not just the ones that have pumped. We will get more than enough in a possible altcoin rally. But then you get like the 20-30% in a day, right? So it's important to be positioned ideally before that when there are setups in support regions. Now you can always chase, but then you just have to be very mindful about risk management. Yeah? And let's take a look at the shorter time frame chart. By the way, if you want to participate on our X profile, we ask you for recommendations for coins. Put them on here. You can follow us there as well. Make sure you follow the account with the blue check mark. And then we'll pick a few from there to create videos specifically on X. So you can participate, put your suggestions in. You can even put a few in, it's not just like one. You can put a few in, and then we're going to look for patterns, and then we create some videos specifically on X this week. And just make sure that you send your let's say wishes, requests in there for X. You'll find the link in the description. So looking at the shorter time frame for Doge, then we have a support area here, very well defined. It's between 25 cents and 34. Yesterday, I did some work with the Fibonacci levels here, and I said, okay, let's move the structure a little bit. I've placed the wave 1 here now because from the low in August, we had a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In wave 1, we had a shallow wave 2, then another 1, 2, and maybe it's another 1, 2, but I'm leaving that out for now. In the end, the only thing it would cause is me to create an even tighter support area. If you're interested in that, it's between 28.8 and 36.3 cents, but I find it makes sense to give it a bit more space. Yeah, it might mean that the pullback is shallow compared to where that support area is, but it doesn't matter. I just don't want it broken because I'm not sure if this is another 1-2 setup. Yeah? So I'd rather go with the data that's more reliable. And if we zoom in a little bit, support, I mentioned, it's between 25 cents and 34. And the consolidation here looks like continuation to the upside has to be expected. And this wave 4 can unfold, of course, as a triangle. Looks even a little bit like a bullish pennant. I think what would look best is actually an ABC structure where we had here an A wave down, a B wave up, right? And we're now starting to move down in wave C, which then would be a possible 5-wave move. So that's something to track. And 34 cents is next support. That level was already touched here on Tuesday. So that's the update about Doge. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.